Okay, so let's talk about perspective for comic books. So I think it's make it very convenient guide. So let's say like how to learn and practice perspective, so it will be most applicable kind of and practical for comic book artists. Так. So here I will do just like three category, three type three type of perspective. So it's first, it's so have like horizon plus character. So basically, just imagine you have in your composition you have character or group of characters. So it can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, or like a crowd, right? And then you have horizon line. So you orient horizon line according to character. So there is this kind of type of shots. They have their name according to level. So it's kind of can be like horizon line on the level of eyes, horizon line like on a level of chest, waist, knees, or a ground level. So it's like ground level. It will be like right, like seal bottom of a feet kind of a character. So you have all this variety. So then like you can think, okay, we have horizon level, and then we have types of perspective, right? So in here, hello Dorian. Yeah, I don't publish motorcycle book yet. Still working on it. We'll let you know when it will be for sale. Так. So like as a main type of perspective is just about horizon line according to character. But then you see it can have this option is like from 0 to, let's say, yeah, it's like even I think maybe even 5-point perspective can do here. So later I will demonstrate all these variants. So you can do it in a 0-point perspective, you can do it 3-point and even 5-point perspective. So then we have second type. It's let's say here, upshot, downshot. So this it's like this compositions when you show maybe like bird view or worm view. So they have specific perspective grids. So like one grid type is like this famous in Akira, like Katsuhiro Otomo loves this type of perspective. It's just like isometry, right? So isometry. So we have X, Y, and Z. They're just parallel lines, so we don't have vanishing points. So in there can be like some dude. I don't know, his motorcycle. Yeah, still finishing motorcycle book. Will be more tutorials about motorcycles soon. And yeah, I decide I will just put this book like on Amazon, so you will able to buy it immediately without crowdfunding, without all this, because it's already takes so much time to create this motorcycle book, and I just don't have this time to work on crowdfunding. It's like it's kind of too much distraction. I will better draw some more projects than kind of bother with all this marketing. Так, so kind of good news, right? So next year for sure it will be ready. Next year for sure. So now I just like working on it. So one type is isometry. Second type I call it like CCTV. It's like kind of security camera view. So in this type of downshot or upshot, we have y-axis convergent down like this. Hello, Chris. And z-axis convergent like this. And then x-axis is horizontal lines like this. Okay, so like I show in many videos with camera angles already, it's like very common for security cameras, for like like in the scenes inside elevator, for example, or it can be like corridor. Actually, yeah, it's just like you can see so many application for this perspective grid. So same like this one can be upshot. So let me make also. So I can use this same grid, but show it. Let's say so it's some kind of buildings, right? So we're looking if here camera look down, here camera look up. So and maybe I don't know here like some super dude. So same with the CCTV, security camera view. This can be like exactly same grid, but instead of down shot, you can make it as a upshot. So let's see. Some dude like and same can be like it can be like if inside, yeah, it can be like inside the elevator, for example. So he's like, hey, look down here. This dude's like, what's up? So N can be is just called like straight up or straight down. Back up or down. So it's just like we have like y vanishing point. So if we look straight up, it will be zenith. If straight down, will be nadir. And also you kind of can like turn camera, so it will means like if camera kind of parallel, yeah, kind of can be parallel to environment, so then it will be like x, for example, will be like this and z will be like this. Or if you turn, then this, for example, z, and this x, right? So no, and y-axis, just conversion like this. So you see, here we don't have horizon line. This kind of difference. So if straight up again, I don't know, say maybe some clouds here. Some airplane. And straight down. So it's gonna be like, maybe it's like raindrops falling down here. And dude is like, no. No. Some kind of John Wick. So here, this like dead bodies everywhere. It's like, why? I did it again. Why? So horizon, upshot, downshot, and then intuitive perspective. So intuitive perspective is like if you study Grant's boxes, and especially like in a video I talk. So there is this idea about um, rotation objects according to camera. So there's like this box logic, box principles, in which like every 3D form have this side like of a box, right? So in a box have front, back side, top, bottom side, left and right side, and like you can see, for example, like front side, and then if I start to show you like left or right side, so it start to appear as a rotation. So like you have this facing camera, and then if like I start to rotate it to the right, I start to reveal this like left side. So now we see two sides of object. Then if I make like second rotation, so it's like not only like horizontal rotation but also vertical rotation, when we do it together we reveal three sides. So it will look like this. So we have two axis rotation and we see three sides. So this is the reason why you need to study Grant's boxes, also watch my tutorials about intuitive perspective. So it's a way how you can create, like manipulate 3D form in your art, even without drawing perspective grids, without any like super specific precise measurements. It's just like you practice some time to understand, to like absorb this idea. It's became like kind of riding bicycle, because then let's say, for example, we have so let's say this is head here, It's like torso. Then this can be it's like arm. So it can do for every finger. So every artist who doing this kind of fish eye drawings, they're working with these principles. So it's like if you understand this kind of mean actual understanding of perspective, right? Like practical use for you as artist, because there's like you can be engineer, so you can like study all this specific about how to measure exact proper proportions for every geometry. But for you as artist, you need other specific. You need to be fluent with creating illusion of 3D, because we work with much more complex forms, kind of, like dynamic compositions. There's like so many different geometry involved, and you don't have time and resources to calculate it, all this stuff. It should be a more fluent and intuitive process. So this approach is most common, kind of. This is what you see when artists kind of create this kind of stuff. So it can be like super nuanced. Like if you watch Ryan Berry, for example, Nine Monkeys, he uses this principle a lot when he create his like super complex environments, because like you can build like whole environment like this. Let's say like, don't know, it's gonna be like some big surface, then behind this another surface, like some kind of space debris. Here another, and they can kind of say like this. Moving away. And then here you have like characters. Fighting. There should be only one. So can be like any detail. You can round them up. Can be rounded forms. You see a lot this in Tsutomu Nihei, Blame and stuff, right? So this is just, it's kind of like perspective intellect, perspective IQ. This is much better than just being very rigid with like 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, and no, you better develop this fluency. Так. So you see this intuitive perspective, right? So you can build figure, you can build environment, but also you can uh, combine it with a grid. So, like again, it's many video about showing that you can draw person aligning with perspective grid, right? Like a shoulders, pelvis, rib cage. You kind of make it parallel, following like X or Z axis. Like, let's say, so you have perspective grid here. Let's say like this, right? So, and this kind of will be shoulders following this Z-axis, and waist and the knees following this Z-axis, right? And feet kind of this. But you can also draw figure which will be like inside perspective. It's kind of weird. It's like it's will be look perfectly realistic, like if you have absolutely any perspective grid, but your figure absolutely not attached to this grid. Instead, you make it like this arrangement of 3D, oh, like boxes, box shapes. Again, I have this many videos showing how it works. So like this, right? So you have character in any dynamic pose arranged in like intuitive perspective, a bunch of boxes, and then you can make any perspective grid. Let's say like this one for background, and they will look perfectly aligned. So it's so simple kind of, but it's look like some kind of trick. Так. Hello, Medellin. Cool. Nice. So this stuff, right? It's like, I don't know, you can like print it somewhere, like reminder, like just one page will be like remind you like this main approach, and you can practice. You can like dedicate like one sketchbook for this thing, and just go and make sure you at least once you draw every version of this perspective, because this kind of became your perspective language. So you can like think in perspective on the stage when you develop your story. You know, when you're making like thumbnails, when you making this like very first composition drafts. So when you think like, oh, how I will show it, will be like upshot or downshot, like what kind of lens, what kind of camera, stuff like this. So because you can like anytime, like every artist doing this, you anytime you can just take somebody picture and take perspective grid for his picture. It's totally fine. It's not like plagiarism. It's borrowing ideas kind of, right? So you look your favorite comic book and you always like this particular frame, and it's like, yeah, I want to draw exact um like scene, right? So it's like it's became like a trope. It's like a visual trope. You like this composition, you like this perspective grid, and you borrow it. But this approach you can do it's like very like targeted, right? It's not your it's not this kind of intuitive voice which you have yourself. So because when you make your own compositions, you should already have this perspective vocabulary. So you already have this vision, this ability to see your story in perspective. So it will not, not kind of like some Vogue figures in a Vogue space, like blah, 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 blah. But you actually say like, oh yeah, it's kind of this shot or this kind of shot, or like in my view, like this situation happened with horizon line being like on the knee level, kind of this. So let's practice. Maybe here I draw 2 examples. So let's say so if camera on the ground, so every character will be aligned to this ground view. Right, so you can draw a whole crowd like this. And maybe here somebody's shoes even. And if camera is above, so let's say like one head higher than main character. So it's kind of from a book, Loomis, like about how to draw people. I forgot name, but it's kind of became classical thing. So it's called like hanging figures, right? So when you know like camera is, for example, like one head above character, and you have group of characters which about same height, so you can just draw all of them with the same ratio, like so each character, like if smaller you draw it, it means he's farther away, but they always will have like one head above camera. If he's like taller, then he definitely will be closer. So if you have character which is one head taller than this character, right? So then definitely his uh, horizon line will be like right on the top of his head. So it's kind of mathematic. No, it's not mathematics, like basic arithmetic, like first grade. It's like you have 2 apple, you give 1 apple to your friend, now you have 1 apple. It's kind of level calculations. Так. So let's see. Now we'll draw some more examples. Let's see. Make a break here.
Who are you?
Bond. Jim Bond.
So now what you can do for practice using this kind of chart, this principle, let's say let's say we'll do some from this like horizon line and character compositions. Так, let's use ruler. Space for a ruler. Okay. Yeah, also you can become a member of my YouTube channel. Um, then you can join my Discord for channel members. I can give you feedbacks for your perspective drawings. Can talk there. Так. So let's say 0-point perspective, right? So when you have like a zero perspective, you with this horizon line, right? So let's say uh, you want to make horizon line here and characters. Let's say it's kind of eye level for this guy. So then you will have like second guy who is a shorter. Then you have here like some super tall guy. Then you have like some female character. So you don't have vanishing points. You just want to show some kind of group of characters in a void. Can be whatever space, but there's nothing convergent anywhere. Так, that's here. So, like this. It's kind of так, it's kind of providing some characters. Some kind of MMA friend, super heavy, super heavyweight, ninja girl. She's like she's how's called Suriken, I think. And Sword Girl, or Lady, Sword Lady. Так, some kind of. Так, так. Then let's say 1 point, 1 point perspective, right? So 1 point. Let's make like this time in the middle. So here will be horizon line in the middle. Так, let's make this z vanishing point here. So what variables you have? One variable is where is horizon line in the frame. So just like in the pictures, can be in the middle or up. And second variable is like where is horizon line according to figure, because here I put in the middle, but this still is can be like a knee character knee level. So let's say here we'll put character, so it's kind of like about character knee level. Так, so if you have any other character, same kind of knee level. Say here, for example. Maybe we can make it like some kind of walking crowd. So it's kind of walking somewhere. Like a metro. Maybe it's like corridor in the metro. So it's different people. Somebody with luggage, like carrying luggage. Somebody watching his phone. Have a bag here. Say, here somebody. Hmm. kind of так. So try it same way, like without thinking too much, without like having like big plan, like story or whatever. Just quick improvisation. Exactly kind of how I show. It's fun. It's like don't take much time. You just need to experience, to explore this type of perspective, right? Because like one thing when you just like, oh, I have idea, I kind of understand it. It's not enough. You need to experience it. You need to try, draw it. So draw all variations, all perspective types you can just kind of extract from these principles. Так, so let's see. Here we have this guy. Fucking there. Other guy. lady here. Can let's say um 2 point. Let's do 3 point, right? Or 2 point. Yeah, let's do 2 point first. Then it will be 3 point. Just go one by one. So let's make like 2 point and horizon line on the ground level. So yeah, Z and X vanishing points. Hmm. So save. Character kind of standing here. Um, maybe here. So it's kind of motorcycle. Let's do. Так, here's some. Here's some crowd in the background. Some cyberpunk dark lane. Can be some park. Just kind of, and let's do like city skyline. So great. So and you see, like you have like all these variations to, for example, for ground view, when you have horizon line on the ground, you can make it also like 3-point perspective, so you will just converge vertical lines you can make it like fish eye. So it's like it will be, let's do here. So in fish eye, you will bend horizon line, for example. So let's say we have again like horizon line. Like will be um like a feet height, just for fun, like not totally ground, just about um shin height. Так, so and then we make, no, I will do vanishing point outside, but still kind of this y-axis will converge like this. Then we can do the vanishing point here, so it will converge like this. And x-axis kind of here. Like this. So it's again, it's a horizon line. Oh, you draw, for example. hear somebody running for him. And he's like, what? What happened? And here dudes, crazy bikers with the chains. Just it's kind of weird pose. It's like he should be surprised. Anyway. What? Just want to enter 7-Eleven, but here's some cyberpunks. Kind of proportions can be a little odd because again being like just improvising, drawing for fun, just to show what kind of situation you can draw with this perspective type. But also kind of speaking of perfectionism, right? Like don't like don't try just to make perfect picture. Instead it's like every time actually you make a picture it should be reason, it must be a goal, like what reason of you drawing this and what is kind of purpose, what is goal you want to achieve, because you are not kind of with a one dart kind of, right? Like you don't try to hit 5 targets, you need to clarify what is your target. What is your priority? Так, here, let's go here. Так, so let's make, especially in comic books, there is many sacrifice artists do in the sake of composition, like stylistic choice. It's like anatomy is not 100% realistic, you know. Artists just exaggerating. Sometimes like exaggerating so much, so it's practically kind of breaking human body. But if you do it kind of on the edge, so it's look like it's not realistic, but it's within your own twisted reality, kind of in this fictional world. It's aligned with all other distortions, so it's look like harmonious, or it doesn't feels like real broken anatomy because it's been like very close to it, like you stretch, you distort but not break it. Так. Can even look dude. Some lady inside 7-Eleven. Like, oh no, again some bikers. And a cashier. Так. Yeah, and inside 7-Eleven they have this like ceilings, right? Так. So kind of a lamp on the ceiling. Cool. Hello, yeah. You can write me something in the chat, like how are you and stuff. So why I recommend also to make this perspective exercises, like memorize these principles, main kind of categories. It's very convenient to organize, structuralize your perspective. And also this perspective structures is not only about being able to draw environments and stuff like that. It's really help you to create compositions. It's gives this like scaffolding for your composition ideas. Because like here, for example, I just develop whole visual composition based on a perspective grid. Because perspective grids, like, it's kind of big. It always works like this bone structure, which help you to grow meat on it. It's like something which is answer to fear of blank page, for example. Because once you have space, it already feels like real, uh, like real parallel reality, kind of. So it's like, oh yes, there is actual 3D space which you establish with perspective grid, and then you start to fill in this space with objects. It's like, okay, here's this thing, here's that thing, and you already know how they will locate in the space according to each other, because you have a grid. And you will see like how often perspective grid help you to figure out composition. Because especially like in the comic books, when we draw from imagination, right? When you don't have like actual view, so often you lost and not sure how to start, like where is your anchors, because like you don't see any reference, right? It's like you have like totally like blank page, kind of, not only on the actual paper but also in your mind. And having perspective grids, like all this like vocabulary from which you can choose, it's a very helpful tool. So you can say like, yeah, you can ask kind of yourself, because you can't avoid perspective, right? Because even if you say there is like 0 vanishing points, it's still kind of one type of composition with 0-point perspective. So every time you will draw something, it always will be certain camera angle, which means it will have particular perspective grid. So being like more professional, it's being more literate and more organized and more self-aware, right? So in this case, you will consciously able to tell yourself just from beginnings, like, what camera angle I want it to be, right? What kind of camera, what kind of shot, what type of shot I want it to be, like with horizon line, or it will be without horizon line. It will be some kind of like down shot or up shot, or yeah, like this. And then you think like, okay, like I can draw it using intuitive perspective, or I will just like, with these examples, I will just snap figures to horizon line or snap figures to perspective lines to this axis. Так, so let's move further. Hello ape shape. Так, so we have different horizon level.
Madness. This is Jane Bond art.
Okay, let's make about waist level. Just one more. Так. So this was fish eye, right? So it's fish eye, horizon line on the ground level. This will be like waist, hip, as you can say it. So ah, yeah, I have this couple memes. Так, so let's say we have horizon line about waist height. We have here's like two characters, kind of dudes, and let's say the vanishing went here. So this will be like 2-point perspective, 2-point, but kind of curvilinear 2-point perspective. So the NX they curved, and Y is vertical. Так. Some kind of street. So yeah, became members of my YouTube channel. I wanted to let's reach a goal of 100 people, and then you can join my Discord channel where you can share your homework, ask any questions. I like to talk about perspective and stuff. And it's very cheap. It's like $3 in a month, I guess. What's here? It's kind of zebra. Hmm. Так. Yeah, so I still working on motorcycle book. Next year, for sure, we'll publish it. But I decide don't make any crowdfunding because it's just like it's take too much time. It's already like I spent so much time to doing it for free, kind of, just very difficult. Too many unpaid work. And I think this will be for me. It's kind of doing myself everything. I just can't manage to make crowdfunding. It's too complicated. It's like need to gather like at least 4,000 US dollar to print it. Then I need to deliver all this. Too much time. So I will just publish it right away in Amazon. So you can buy printed version in next year. So next year I will finish and publish it. So thank you everybody for waiting. That will be a very cool book. About 200, more than 200 pages. Так. Hello, Kunos Senpai. Yeah, I was just talking like I have Discord channel, but it's for YouTube members. So you can become a member of my YouTube channel and you will have link to Discord. Because I like it to be not too much people. I don't like this crowded Discords where they're just kind of, I don't know, just like hard to track what happened. So it's more just like chat with kind of ability to audio and video talks. So I like just to keep this kind of. No, I like Discord as this kind of chat. I don't like it to be this kind of random community with off-topic kind of crazy conversations. So if you want to talk about perspective, about drawing, yeah, you can become member of channel and join Discord. It's like very cheap version of mentorship. If you can't afford mentorship from me, you can join Discord and I can give you feedback if you ask. Yeah, I will answer for sure. Так. Cool. Yeah, thank you, ApeShape. Even I think like when will be more people on Discord, we can even make like live streams talking about perspective, like just um, kind of Discord members together, like can draw together live, or I can draw and answer questions, just kind of make it video calls from Discord. I like kind of how many opportunity platform gives. Before I even tried this on my previous YouTube, I had some friends just calling me during stream, like we draw and talk with the audio. So I keeping it in mind. Yeah, cool. Ape shape now, patrician. Oh yeah, what's kind of
I say what I mean, and I do what I say.
nice. Yeah, it's beginning of November. What do you mean make on our own? So here. Yeah, thank you, Ape Shape. Very cool. Very appreciated. Yeah. It's kind of very hard to make money on YouTube from advertisement because they're kind of you need really crazy amount of views. But with a membership, it's really nice. Cool. Nice. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Ape Shape, what do you do also interesting? Like you draw comic books or illustrations? You can also show some your works and talk about yourself in Discord. Because, yeah, now I finish these two books. Yeah, and will full time focus on the comic books. It's kind of taxi. Uh, yeah, there is. I think it's important. It's to not only study but actually start to make actual works. So it's like if you want to make animation, you need to start to make like actual animation in the form in which you want it to be. Like, this kind of like Japanese style or whatever style you want it to be. They have like just kind of short sequences at least. Because, yeah, I tried animating too. And it's important to have this feeling of your form. Making comic book, making animation, and make illustration, it's very different forms and kind of you need very different specifics to work there. It's like in animation, for example, you don't need to draw so many textures and details like you do in the comic book. And also, like then in illustration, usually you will do even more kind of more labor work than you do in the comic book drawing and etc. Nice. Thank you, Ape Shape, for gift membership. Huh? You huh? Ah. So you cannot choose for who gift membership. It's just a random. Interesting. So it's kind of you pay for membership and it's randomly will choose people. Interesting. LOL. And where is you located? You're in USA or in Europe or where? Which country? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm being like I don't know, like for me it's like since 2022 world is very crazy place. It's kind of we are living in some historical period, that's for sure. We'll see how we will survive or not. How we will go through it. But yeah, I will definitely make my story about this because it's amazing. It's like for me, making comic books always been about figuring out something for myself. It's like I want to understand something about world and express it in a comic book. It was my first comic book like this, and then every time um, I kind of like doing like different aspects of my life or like reality, trying to just using comic book to better understand this world, let's say. Because like writing story, I think it's always should be connected with reality, you know, like not even connected. It's like your way it's like you're making a reflection, making mirror, like in the Tarkovsky, right? It's like you create story. Actually, it's like you're reflecting yourself and the world as you see it so much. So it's became like if you're looking in a mirror, but this mirror make everything more clear. So it's like you look in the mirror and you see much clearer than when you just look around. So, and then I've been like, I wonder, like I say, okay, I want to really figure out, like, what is situation kind of in the world, what is, what kind of forces are active in the world, like, say, right now. And it looks crazy. It's crazy what is happening. It's kind of you get to this point when you like, yeah, you cannot talk to people about this because it's like everybody just get enraged, you know. Like I kind of basically like mm, lost every my friends from Russia. I don't have any more friends from Russia. It's just like minus almost 30 years of my life, you know. And then just like everybody else, you just start talking with them and they just like piss off or just like melt down. Very hard to conversation right now. And myself not perfect, I sometimes also can be angry. Like when I say it's like I support Israel, it's like yeah, if you kind of learn history, if you use a brain for a little bit, you will understand why. But people just kind of stuck in their community. So if they're like friends chanting kind of this nonsense about imperialism and stuff, they just repeat, feeling themselves like they're hero and stuff. Only what is proven right now, like we have 100% evidence. Like all this mess right now in the world, it's kind of proven how lazy people are. It's like what kind of lazy creatures majority of people. Because like when your life became better, when everything really got fixed, you have like perfect conditions. Okay, like be best version of yourself, right? Improve, work. You can do like inventions, change the world, make it better place, whatever. But instead, what we see, they all gone on drugs. They go like endless party and drugs, all this like derange um decadence, like when they're just like partying, like like party is a way of being kind of for them, you know. Yeah, I mean, like I respect when people like disagree on the views without being this like a justice warriors. So like, you think this way? Okay, you must be a Nazi or you must be like horrible person. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you even don't know like how is it, all of this is so sophisticated. Because yeah, if you're like brother of a Russian soldier, yeah, you kind of have a reason to be sad if your brother is died in Ukraine, right? So like, oh, they killed my brother, but you still your brother is terrorist. He's a soldier of terrorist state. So I personally don't give a fuck. He can die there because he's idiot, you know. But I can understand point of view, kind of, right? So this is kind of how it's all complicated. It's some people, like I have friends like communists from Chicago and stuff like that. I don't know, it's like their brains so much in the trouble, let's say, so it's no even point to explain anything to them, you know. can't, you can't even like talk about this. So okay, but I respect because like amazing artists, and I just know how it can be confusing. Like communists, they're very very strong and they're brainwashing people, you know. So yeah, water parts. Yeah, Dorian, if you want to draw motorcycle, just go. I have already this video tutorials. Just look them. I explain parts. There, like, go my channel, uh, browse, find motorcycle tutorials, and there's like one main, like, I think it's the most recent tutorial about how to draw motorcycles, and there I show like engine, motorcycle frame, this kind of main elements. Like what main elements? Wheels, gas tank, frame, engine, carburetor, front fork, rear, what's it called? Rear fork, or some kind of this. Rear suspension. Так, так, so let's see. What else we can do with this 0.5 point? Ah, okay, let's do like tilted, one more, last version. Tilted horizon line. Так, maybe tilted fisheye. Yeah, okay, let's try tilted fisheye. So horizon line will go curved like this, y-axis like this, is the vanishing point here. Yeah, Dorian, just go choose, find video how to draw motorcycle on my channel, and there I'm talking about parts. That's it. It will be easier than me talking about motorcycle. You better watch this video. It's not so many parts, just inner parts. If you're beginner, right? Inner parts for motorcycle is just engine block, carburetor, and some kind of pipes for engine. That's it. Just basically two elements. Так, so let's say we have dude here. He's like shooting. Так, let's see this. Yeah, yeah, thank you, Ape Shape. Yeah, this video is totally enough for beginners of motorcycle. To draw motorcycles. And he's kind of standing on a roof. So here, here will be like street. Let's make some people. What? Maybe guys shooting drones from a roof. Так. And people on the streets like, what happened? What happened? Suitcase. community post. Так. Which community post? What's this? Так. So, here. Так. So you see all this, it's just some variants of this first perspective type. So it's like very convenient to look at this in this category and spend some time play around. I think it can be like about 100 drawings you can made up from this one. It's just I think it's better to memorize. It's more useful, more practical categories than this we always hear about, like 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective. It's too boring, it's too general. Look more at this like compositional type of perspective, right? So you have this horizon line and a character, and then you can apply different type of perspective, like from 0 to 5 point perspective. You can tilt camera, you can tilt this perspective, so it's not like a normal perspective when it's only like this straight. Can also like tilt it, play around. So like your z vanishing point can be here, can be like anywhere on a picture. Your horizon line can be like anywhere on a picture, and then you see where will be character according to horizon line. So you have this kind of hundreds of options. But what is most important, you will develop this fluency, kind of intuition for perspective with this exercise. Ah, yeah. So you can go to my Discord now from this post. can you get into Discord? Так. Yeah, so anyway, when you will be in Discord, just like say hello, write something, can introduce yourself. So it will be nice. No, it's always better if you introduce yourself, because like me personally, I don't like um, anonymity on internet. I don't know, maybe I'm kind of like old fashioned or something. I always prefer to speak somebody who I met personally, or at least I know like I see your real face, or I know your real name, or like I know who you are as a real human being, kind of, right, as a real person. That's why I also make this video, because I think it's always important to not just hear somebody opinion or see somebody's like unknown kind of sharing something. Like it's always better to see actual person. So I speaking from myself, right? Which is also kind of important for artists, I think, because like, yeah, maybe you can be like anonymous artist, some kind of Banksy, which I think actually Banksy, I think it will be exactly perfect example of somebody who is anonymous because he's not exist. It's just it's a big project, is not artist. Like I'm sure 100% it's like a brand without actually one guy who is being like as some kind of uh, legendary Banksy. It's just smart project. And anyway, on this level of production is not even important, he real or not. It's like kind of Lady Gaga. Yeah, Lady Gaga, she's kind of can sing. It's like very talented or stuff. But she is not just her songs. It's like a Disney. it's, it's a huge production. So, and I believe as like as artists, we anyway we're working like we're being like exposing ourselves. We are like talking about something which is personal, what is vulnerable in and like the unknown ourselves. From my perspective, it's kind of like how I believe in it. I think it's just being more honest. Say like, yeah, this is who I am and this is what I do. So because in your work, you're not trying to create just some product for marketing, but you actually want to say something what you honestly kind of believe, or like how you perceive this world and stuff like this. Oh, cool. Nice. Anyway, this some. So then let's see. Let's look. We have upshot, downshot. So there's so many. Like for isometry, for example, like lines not convergent, but still you can rotate. You can move around this isometry perspective grid. Так, let's say y-axis can be this way, z-axis this way, and x-axis this way. Yeah, cool. Yeah. See you later. Так, so let's say so here's some kind of, for example, Superman fly, and he observing maybe it's kind of car chase. Some police chasing car. No, take draw. kind of this, so can draw details forever, but just to show general idea. So can like people walking, some other cars. So let's see. Something like this. Так. So then let's take this like security camera angle. So here the Y go like this, then Z go like this, and X go like this. Here we had like three version of horizon line and character. So here is fish eye. Here is like to vanishing point. And here it's like fish eye with a horizon line on the ground. let's see. Some kind of Max Payne. Is like in a corridor. Yeah, let's be like kind of narrow corridor. So running here, and it's kind of dude has fallen. It already. So let's say some kind of corridor. With a John Wick, Max Payne stuff. And let's see one more. Two legs straight down. Straight down. So we have like nadir, y vanishing point, and z like this, and x like this. So let's think. So here, kind of flying police car and a police officer kind of woke up. He want to observe something from a hood. Here, like different flying cars. Yeah, will be very interesting. What kind of look of a next cyberpunk game? Should be in VR from beginning, I think. So every day do couples these drawings, following my structure. And you will improve in perspective, and you will build this way, this perspective kind of intuition. So it's kind of like, if first most direct way to improve in practice is to break down your favorite artworks, then second one, I will recommend this one, because it's like more rely on use of imagination when you kind of develop your own compositions. So you draw these pictures about 100, and you will have very solid perspective foundation. Basically, you just kind of like draw every combinations you can extract from this structure. I think I will also make like A4 picture of this, like, so you can print it out, put somewhere as a reminder to practice every day. Very fun, very easy. No need to make it like super omega art. Consider it like exploration, experiment, and fun exercise. Just see you exploring perspective as a medium, as a language, as a kind of way of visually kind of think visually, three-dimensional, and stuff like that. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, become member of this channel, share, and stuff like that. Yeah, see you later.
Madness.
This is
Jane Bond